I highly recommend this game to anyone who can tolerate nudity and gore. This can be just a survival game as you can turn the cannibals off on the main menu, but to me the cannibals are the meat and potatoes of this game, and I find myself sorely missing them should they not come visit me a couple of times a day. The AI in this game is honestly the best I've encountered. The game now features different types of cannibals with tribes that will fight if you watch silently, but will mostly unite in their hatred of the guy deforesting their land, you. The cannibals will still throw a couple of punches at each other if there's enough of them around, however. There are starving cannibals who will try to stalk you to find out where you live and try to scavenge off any kills you make, scouts for larger tribes who will often simply run away to alert others of your locations, hunting parties, though I'm pretty sure they're only hunting you, and cannibals just trying to live out their lives in peace that you can finding sleeping in camps or caves. Cannibals will duck and roll to evade attacks, climb trees to escape, light tennis balls on fire and throw them at you, wreck your base if you're not careful, but they'll also do things like drop effigies which you can catch them praying at if left uninterrupted. They'll drag their wounded out of battle if they can, and will run off to retrieve others if you let them escape. Beyond the normal humanoid cannibals, there are mutants who can always be found in caves, but will surface more frequently the more you piss the cannibals off. These, with the exception of the babies, are significantly tougher to kill and do a lot more damage. If they come near your base they mean business, and while the spider mutant takes a couple of hits to tear anything down, I've seen Armsy rip a tree out of the ground and slam it into my base, destroying multiple defensive spikes and walls, allowing the small army of 10 or so he brought with him entrance into the base. The sumo dude doesn't even need to do anything super special to wreak havoc. If he runs at your base, everything in his path will be destroyed until he stops running. How the cannibals interact with you is highly determined by your playstyle, though I don't think they'd ever be friendly with you. If you escape the plane crash quickly before they find you, and are not stalked, you can have the opportunity to build a base without their knowledge if you pick a private enough location not on one of their common routes, and they generally won't find it unless you are followed home. If in contrast, you do everything you can to piss them off, mass cannibal killings, mutant killings, effigy destruction, and creation, burning their bodies in front of them, they will be significantly more inclined to bother you constantly. In my current single-player game, I see at least 4 to 6 spider mutants a day somewhat near my base, 1 to 2 armsies, and the sumo dudes have only just started coming out, so luckily it's been one at a time. Even though I am absolutely plagued by mutants, I can always ghost them and move to a different part of the map. You're in control of how much you see them, which really makes the game AI feel more real and dynamic. Multiplayer is significantly less scary, but if you wanted to build massive bases it's so much faster. It's a lot of fun playing with friends and pissing mutants off, but there is some charm lost from having others about in the forest with you. In single player, the fear comes from the cannibals coming out of nowhere and overwhelming you, which really doesn't happen in multiplayer. Sure, when you're in the caves they'll still drop from the ceiling, but when it's 2 against 3 your odds are a lot better, and you know it, diluting the terror. I know this review was all over the place, but the game is definitely worth full price. I mostly just wanted to mention stuff that combats all the people saying they've never seen the mutants do much. It has the best music, and you get a nice sense of accomplishment having to collect each cassette individually.